Welcome to the series of NestJS tutorial from scratch. So basically NestJS is a popular open source framework for building scalable and maintainable server-side application using TypeScript. It is inspired by Angular and uses a modular dependency injection architecture. NestJS is designed to help developers build efficient and scalable server-side applications, particularly for building RESTful APIs, GraphQL APIs and microservices. So in this tutorial, I will show you how to install NestJS CLI globally, how to initiate a NestJS project from scratch, and the next we will add the CRUD APIs, create, read, update, delete APIs of tasks, and next we will add the Swagger documentation, the open API specification, Swagger documentation for these tasks, and we will test with this Swagger documentation or from the Swagger UI. So let's get started. So here I write the step-by-step process. First is to install the NestJS CLI globally using npm. So I will copy it and I will open the terminal and execute this command. So here I will install the NestJS CLI globally. The prerequisite things here, the node and the npm should be installed in your machine. So if it's not installed, you can go to the official site of the Node.js and I can install the node latest version. You can go to this site nodejs.org/en/download and you can install according to your operating system, and you can choose the LTS long time support version. I have Node 18 installed in my machine. So you can see it's added. You can check the node version by node -v and you can see I have Node 18 installed. Next I will go to my working directory. This is my working directory. Here I will initiate the project. And next step we have the use the NestJS CLI to create new project, and the command is the nest new and the project name. So I will copy it and I will paste here in my directory and I will execute it. Nest new, my nest project. Next you have to choose the which package manager you want to use. I have only an npm, so I will choose the npm. So you can see it's created the basic structure of the Nest project, and here its installation done, and here we have the message thanks for installing Nest, and here is the command. I have to go to the my Nest project and have to start the npm run start to start the server. So I will first do this. And you can see it's starting the NestJS application, and here some routes already defined / and it started on the port 3000. So I'll go to the 3000 port and check what response it give. So now if I go hit the HTTP localhost 3000, so you can see it's giving me the message hello world. And here now if I expand the project structure, you can see we have the following things: the dist, the src test, and here we have the NestJS CLI, all the things, and inside src we have this app controller.ts, app module.ts, app service, and the main.ts. Now I will explain the project structure of the Nest project. So this is our project structure, and at first we have the app controller.ts. This is the main application controller handling routes and HTTP requests. Next we have the app module.ts, main application module that imports other modules, controllers and services. Next we have the app service.ts, main application service containing shared business logic, and the main.ts. This is the entry point of the application where NestJS initializes and the application starts. And the feature modules, we have the tasks here. So here we will add the task feature modules, which will contain the task model.ts, Mongo schema definition for the task entity. I will use the MongoDB to store the task. And next we will have the task controller.ts, controller handling HTTP requests related to the tasks. Next we will have the task module.ts, module encapsulating components related to the tasks, and we will have task service.ts, service containing business logic or tasks. And we will also add the middleware, custom middleware functions, just like logger middleware for the logging. And we will also have the cards, custom cards for the authorizations, authentication cards, the interceptor, custom interceptor, and decorators, custom decorator for handling user roles, and the pipes, custom pipes for the data transformation and the validations. And currently we have the test folder, unit, and the integration for the integration tests. And if I come to the nest CLI.json, nest CLI.json file is the configuration file for the NestJS CLI. It allows you to customize the behaviors of the CLI. It contains the collection, source root, and the compiler options. Next, we have the tsconfig build.json. This one, the TypeScript configuration file, specially used for the building the project. It is often used with tools like the TSC, TypeScript compiler, when compiling the project for production. And we have the tsconfig.json, which is nothing but the TypeScript configuration file for the project. It defines how TypeScript should compile your code. So whatever I discussed, we all have here the tsconfig.json and the tsconfig build.json, nestcli.json. Next, we will add the feature module task. So I will generate modules and service. So this step we have for managing the simple entity like tasks. So I will generate this task module by running this command nest generate module tasks. So I will go to the terminal. Here I will change the directory to the mynest project and I will execute the command here. So you can see it's create the task module.ts inside tasks. Inside task folder we have this task module.ts. And next I will add the nest generate service for these tasks. Service added, the service.ts and the service spec.ts. Service spec.ts nothing but to for the unit test for each services in the test task services.ts. Next I will add the controller for the task. So we added all the necessary modules like the module, services, and the controllers. So we generated the model, controller, module, and the service. So the controller, module, service, and next we will have the model, this task model.ts for the mongoose schema for the task entity. So I will add that file, task.model.ts. And next thing we have the run the server in the development mode. Currently it's running as the production mode. So I will stop it and I will start with the development mode. If you go to the package.json, so you can see the script here, build format start in development mode. It will start with the watch debugging, and you can also lint with the prettier, the linter is present. Next thing I will do, I will make the MongoDB connections with this project. I will create the database and show you the MongoDB connection with this application. For this, I will use the @nestjs/mongoose and the mongoose package. So I will install here. And next, I will go to the app-module.ts and I will import the mongoose module. So first, I will import the mongoose module. Here the mongoose module. And inside for root, I will provide our MongoDB connection string. This will be the MongoDB colon / localhost 0.0.0 and the port 27017, and the database now name will be the Nest Mongo CRUD. And you can see this line at the linter error. You can fix the lint error by running the command npm run lint. You can see it's fixed the lint error and it's rearranged the code, the whole project. It's rearranged, and you can see in the development mode for the file changes, the server restarted and it's watching for the file changes. And here the Nest application started. Next, I will open the MongoDB Compass and create this database, the Nest Mongo CRUD database. You can install the MongoDB and the MongoDB Compass also from the official site of the MongoDB, and here you can see the connection URL is the localhost 27017, which I provided right now. And here I will create the database. Sorry. And the collection will be tasks. Next, I will add the task model, which is the Mongo's model for the task. Before adding the task model, I want to explain this app module.ts. So basically, the app module.ts class is the main module of the application. It serves as the entry point of the application, bringing together various components like the controller, services, and the other modules. Here, first you can see the @module decorator is used to define. Here, is used to define a NestJS modules. Modules are a way to organize and encapsulate the components of a NestJS application. And next, I imported the Mongoose module. For root, it's importing the Mongoose module and setting up the MongoDB connection. So here I imported the library. I imported the prop schema and the schema factory. I found the @nestjs/mongoose. This library provides the integration between the NestJS and the Mongoose, a MongoDB object modeling tool. And the Mongoose, this is the MongoDB library for the Node.js, is for the interacting with the MongoDB. Here I took the document. Next, I will have this class definition. And here the schema, @schema is the decorator. Sorry. @schema is the decorator is from the @nestjs/mongoose and used to define the mongoose schema for the task class. And the task extends document. The task class extends document from the mongoose. This indicates the instance of this class will be documents in the MongoDB database. And next I will define the properties. And here I use the @prop decorator to define properties of the mongoose schema. First is the title of the task, and next is completed, representing whether the task is completed or not. And it has a default value of false. Next, we will have the schema factory. The schema factory create for class. This function creates a mongoose schema based on the properties defined in the task class. The resulting schema is assigned to the constant task schema, which I exported, and I will fix the lint here. Next, I will add the task service. So the task service will interact with a MongoDB database using Mongoose. It performs the CRUD, create, read, update, delete operation for the task model. So I will import the necessary component here. Here @injectable decorator marks the class as injectable, allowing it to use as a service in the NestJS framework. I will define the constructor here. Here all the methods are querying the database to find one, and one is writing to the database new task, and the return types of the all methods are promises with the task type. Sorry, yeah, this will be the inject model instead of the injectable. Now it's perfect. Next, I will add the task controller that handles the HTTP request related to the tasks. It interacts with the task service to perform the create, read, update, delete operations on tasks. So here the NestJS as common. This module provides the decorators and the utilities for the common functionalities in the NestJS. And here we have the controller tasks. So this decorator marks the class as a controller and specifies the base route path for all routes defined within the controllers /tasks, and whatever we will define inside this, that will be /tasks /these routes. We will define the constructor. So here constructor injects an instance of the task service into the task service property. Next, I will define the method of this controller. First, get all tasks method. So here at the get decorator marks the find all method as handler for the HTTP GET request to the base route /tasks. It calls the find all method of the task service to retrieve all the tasks. Next, I will define the rest of the methods. And this at the rate get ID, this decorator marks the find one method as handler for the HTTP GET request with a dynamic parameter ID. It calls the find one method and it is the task specified by the task ID. And at the post, this decorator marks the create method as a handler for the HTTP post request to the base route /tasks. It expects the task data in the request body and calls the create method of the task service. Here at the put decorator marks the update. So this decorator marks the update method as a handler for the HTTP put request with a dynamic parameter ID. It expects the updated task data in the request body and calls the update method of the task service. Next, we have the delete. Now the delete decorator marks the remove method as a handler for the HTTP delete request with a dynamic parameter ID. Next, I will add the task module.ts. This defines the NestJS module named task module for organizing and encapsulating the components related to the tasks. You can see the task module includes the controller services and the Mongoose modules for handling the interaction with the MongoDB database. And here we have this import Mongoose module for feature. This property specifies the modules that are imported by this module. In this case, it imports the Mongoose modules and uses the for features to specify that the module will be using the task model and its corresponding task schema for interacting with the MongoDB database. And the controller property specify the controller that are part of these modules. And we all have the task service. Now I'll see it's compiled successfully, and you can see it's compiled successfully, and we have the routes like //task get route /task /:id to get a specific task. Is a create task, update task, and the delete task. Next to test the APIs, I will add the Swagger or the OpenAPI spec API configurations in this Nest project. For this, I need to install the following packages: the Swagger UI Express and the NestJS Swagger. So it successfully installs. Next, I will add the API tags decorator to provide metadata for the Swagger documentation in the task module.ts. So here the API tags allows to specify tags for the API endpoints, which can be useful for organizing and categorizing our API documentation. Next, I will go to our main.ts file and provide configurations for the Swagger documentation. Here I build the configuration for the Swagger documentation here. By setting the title, description, versions, and the tags also. Next, we have the create document. Create the Swagger document based on the provided NestJS application and the configuration. Created using the document builder, and the Swagger module.setup configures the Swagger UI, and the API specify the path where the Swagger will be available in your application. It will be available HTTP localhost 3000/API, and the app is the NestJS application instance, this one, and the document Swagger document generated based on the provided configuration. Next, we will test this /API. Now, if I go to this right, you can see the my NestJS API and API description. We have all the routes, the slash, task, post, update, delete, and we have the task schema, but task schema is empty. Next, we have to configure this task schema. I will go to the schema. Our schema is the to-do model.ts, and here I will define the API property. Now I will test the APIs. I will refresh it. And task, here you can see the title, and we have the examples right now. It's perfect right now. Now I will test these routes. So first I will get slash, and I will try it out and executes, and you can see our response body is the hello world. Next, the get tasks. We have no parameters, and if I try it out and execute, we don't have any tasks right now, so we'll create new task. Here it's pre-populated with this example, the task title, so I will create with this example things. I am not changing. You can change the title according your preference, and I am executing this task, and you can see the 201 response coming. It's created. And if I check the MongoDB also, and if I refresh it, and you can see it's created task title and the completed false. Now if I execute the get all task, and you can see it's listed. And next I will get task by ID. I will copy the ID from here, and I will pass it to the parameters. Try it out and pass it, and I will execute, and here you can see I am getting this task. Next I will update the task. Try it out. I will provide task title, update it, and I will execute. And here we are getting the 200 response, and if I get task by ID now, and you can see I am getting the updated title. And next I will delete this. And it's 200, the task got deleted. Now I will check with the get all task, and here it's not present. And also if I get by ID, you can see the response is null. Okay, so we tested all the routes with the Swagger APIs. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked the video. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Please share my video, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.